Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me. This is my first pick a card reading on YouTube. However, I am a natural born clairvoyant and I've been doing readings professionally for over 23 years. But this is my first take on pick a card reading. I hope you guys all enjoy. Take a moment, concentrate, relax, and try to pick out whatever card or crystal is calling you. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Okay, so for those of you who picked pile 1, let's get started. So these are my favorite cards, and just remember there's something in this reading for everyone, whether you are in a relationship or not. So these are some of the cards that I like to use to end the reading is a soul truth, a note from the universe, and an affirmation. And the affirmation is faith. So let's get started with the tarot cards. The first card that comes up is the success card, which represents good news. The 10 of Swords and the 2 of Wands. So what this indicates to me is that pile 1 people are in a meaningful or committed relationship where there is happiness, there is joy, there is an abundance of peace and things to celebrate. However, the 10 of Swords indicates that there are jealousy or issues from an outside source that is affecting the state of mind of your person. This is causing a lot of chaos or issues that are coming up between you and your person. The 2 of Wands seems that you're kind of at a stalemate where you don't have the energy or the focus that you need or the clarity that you want to really deal with some of the chaos or anxiety that your person is going through. And this in turn is creating a lot of unresolved energy and emotions surrounding the relationship where even though it's good, you're at a point where you're ready to kind of let it go. And that's not good. You need to take a step back, take a deep breath, and recognize how much this relationship really means to you and how long you waited to have such a meaningful or passionate relationship in your life. But you both have come to a point where you're taking each other for granted. Even though you love each other very much, you both have reached this state in the relationship where you feel like, because you're feeling so strong, that you're strong individually. And one of the clarification points in this reading is the 2 of Wands, that you are not strong as an individual, you're strong together. A lot of your strength, a lot of your faith, a lot of this newfound confidence is coming from being in a meaningful relationship. There comes a point in time in every relationship where there's someone who's not happy about your happiness. And it seems like this person may be a family member or a very close friend who's not intentionally trying to sabotage the relationship. But what I feel is that they may be jealous or envious of how much time you spend together or how meaningful your relationship is or was at some point. So I just see that causing chaos to your person. Try to be mindful and try to be patient with this whole situation because I do feel like it will turn around. But this is going to take the both of you committing to listening and trusting one another. Trust is a huge fact in moving forward because I definitely feel like this is destiny. This is your person. This is your soulmate. This is where you belong. And, you know, this card right here is representing soul planned, a fated life, the destined life. And because of that, it just seems like this relationship is very much part of your journey and you can't shake it if you tried. But the good news is that even though you can't shake it, you can live in harmony and you can live in peace. The Star Brothers is representing that you and your person ultimately, no matter how frustrated or how many issues you're dealing with right now. You and your person have each other's back. There is energy, there's protection, there's loyalty, there's safety, and there's trust. So that's a very powerful connection to begin with. The star family is representing that you and your person have been together for many lifetimes before this. There's great strength, there's great significance, and that's a very powerful thing to have in a relationship. But some of what may be affecting you is that you know your person too well, and you may be preparing for how they're going to respond or how they're going to react to what you feel or to what you know. And that may be frustrating you before you even have the opportunity to confront your person. With people who are destined to be together or who have lived in past lives before, there is always room for change and growth. These kinds of people are always trying to learn new things because the things that are already in their presence just seem so boring or stale. So there's always room for change when two people have come together who have been together in past lives. It's representing that you are here together in this lifetime again because there are situations that actually need to be rectified between you and your person. But I also see the beginning of a new life or family, pregnancy that's surrounding you. So it seems like growth, prosperity, there's many, many blessings that stand in resolving the conflict that you're going through in your relationship. There's definitely purity. This relationship is definitely worth fighting for. Now here's the flip side. If you're single and you're not currently in a relationship, there is a very powerful person that is coming into your life who's actually going to give you clarity, give you focus, and help you through some of the challenges that you've been through. So this is something that's coming up for you if you're single. One of the things that I would recommend is with this relationship coming forward, it would be very, very important for you to keep this relationship to yourself, to not share it with those that you're close to, friends, family, because it seems like your relationship, if you're single and not already in one, the Ten of Swords indicates that this will attract jealousy and toxicity from people that are around you. The Two of Wands in this situation, if you're single, would represent that you are coming together in this wholeness, but don't allow past issues or past events from other relationships interfere with how you actually allow this person to connect with you on a personal or spiritual level. Do not be afraid of what's coming, and don't use your last relationship to kind of protect yourself. Allow yourself to be open because there is great strength and success and harmony that's actually coming to you when it comes to this love and this happiness that you are so longing for. So the I Remember a Soul Plan, the fated life, if you're single, represents that your life is actually coming together in a peaceful way. Passion is being restored. Happiness is being reset. But in order to achieve that, you need to be in this place of clarity, this place of wanting, this place of demanding that the universe serve up all of what makes you happy or what serves your needs. And this is also true even if you're in a relationship. Now's the time to really focus on what is most important to you, what your priorities are, and what you're lacking so that you could fulfill yourself and make yourself happy overall, to actually allow the relationship to complement or highlight what's already within you. So the Star Brothers, if you're single, is representing protection, loyalty, safety, and trust, which means that these are things that you may have lacked in your last relationship. These are things that you may be longing for, but you also may have brainwashed yourself to believe that it's not possible or that that kind of relationship doesn't exist. I would highly recommend that you clear those toxic patterns or ways immediately, because none of this is going to serve a purpose for where you're going or where you're headed. The Star family, if you're single, would represent you're part of a team, part of souls calling for your support, and that support should be coming from your own personal higher self, your own energy, your universal connection. So if you're single, it is time for you to really tune into yourself and maybe start meditating, start working with some stones, affirmations or just gratitude and prayer, it's very important that single or in a relationship that you are prioritizing your frequency, your energy, and your vibe, and just trying to get that up as high as possible, so to welcome in all of the goodness that's actually coming. So there's a shift for everyone listening to this who picked pile 1, whether you're single or not. There's a shift of energy that's actually coming, but you need to be ready to handle it, to absorb it. If you're single, to embrace or accept this relationship. If you're already in a relationship, it would be most important that you allow yourself to prioritize your own energy with self-love so that you could actually endure where this relationship is taking you and not be so taking this relationship for granted or feeling strong on your own like you need a change. Change is definitely coming, but this change is meant to happen for you and your person together. So the Faith card is your affirmation card for both in a relationship or single. The Faith card is your message to yourself. I have faith that I can manifest the wealth and prosperity that I desire. So this is your affirmation, and this is something that you can actually tune into for yourself, or try to write this down and repeat this to yourself daily to strengthen your mind, to strengthen your heart, and to give yourself that clarity, that purpose, and that focus that you really need. Because I have faith that I can manifest the wealth and prosperity that I desire. Wealth and prosperity, these key words are usually used to represent finances, and they're really good. I mean, it's a really good thing to focus on, especially if you've been concerned about finances. Wealth and prosperity is surrounding you. It is coming forward, but wealth and prosperity can also represent what does being comfortable mean to you? Wealthy, having more than you need, having an abundance, and this could be an abundance of love, an abundance of happiness, an abundance of health, wealth, finances. It's everything across the board. And prosperity means that you're succeeding. You are getting what you feel you deserve for the work or the time and the effort that you've put in. So this is a great affirmation for you to focus on. I would recommend everybody write this down and repeat it to yourself as a mantra as soon as you wake up or before you go to sleep. So the soul truth, and this is something that your soul is trying to communicate with you. This is a message from your soul, your spirit. Am I communicating my needs? Now this is a good one, because sometimes, we think in our mind when we're telling our person or a family or friends something that we're communicating clearly, and people may not understand what we're saying or how we're saying it. But I don't think that you're actually communicating your needs in a way that is making a difference, because at some point it just seems like your soul is feeling empty or drained. So this card says your needs matter. You are needing right now that you haven't communicated. What are you needing that you haven't communicated? What are you afraid of? Is it possible that what you are fearing is not true? Absolutely. You may have a lot going on right now that's distracting you, confusing you, or overwhelming you. And you may be suppressing some of your feelings, some of your emotions, and not knowing how to respond to that. But speak up, say your truth, and let it go. There's no reason for you to be afraid. And maybe if you're opening up and telling your person what your fear is, they can actually clarify or bring you peace by answering some of what they feel or what they know is actually happening. So today's soul action is to journal these answers, to write down what are my needs and write down those answers. Am I saying no and yes enough based on my desires? Am I telling my full truth? Do I believe that my needs matter, and do I share them with others? Do I ask for what I want when I'm communicating my needs? What am I resisting, and with who? What do I need in order to feel safe enough to express my needs? If you had any insight into any of these questions, please type or comment down below some of your questions or some of what you feel your needs are. What are you saying no or yes to? What are you afraid of? What do you need to communicate? I'd love to help you on this. So please type your answers down below, and I will definitely respond to you. to help you bring an awareness to what you need to change or what you need to focus on. So this is a new deck that I have, a note from the universe. So let's see what this note is. There are those scattered on every continent who are so compassionate and wise and loving that the depth of their character completely escapes those who are still relatively new to time and space. How do you deal with that? Incognito the universe. Just as well, you'd bore of the paparazzi fast enough. So what this means is the universe is trying to tell you that there are people scattered on every continent that are so compassionate, so wise, and so loving that the depth of their character completely escapes those who are still relatively new, which are people who haven't been living on this earth for many lifetimes or lifetimes over and over again. So my pile 1 people, you are an old soul who has a soul mission. You're here for a reason and you're trying not to waste any time. But sometimes some of that impatience or that lack of wanting to keep explaining yourself or wanting to make yourself aware is actually causing people to actually not notice you, which is okay if you're trying to be incognito. But when you're trying to get attention, bear in mind that there are souls that this is their first rodeo. Bear with it, speak your truth, and always be honest with yourself, because I see a lot of forward movement and a lot of change coming forward. So on to pile 2. Hello lovelies, and this is pile 2. So if you were drawn to pile 2, let's get into your reading. This reading, again, will have something for everyone, whether you are in a relationship or not. So first we're going to cover those that are in a relationship. And stay tuned, singles, because yours will come up next, and then we will combine both of them and tell you what I see, what's ahead of you. So for pile 2, your affirmation card is good fortune. Your soul truth is what else could this mean? And then there's a message from the universe. So we'll get into those later. The tarot cards are what I like to get into first. So the tarot cards that we have for pile 2 is Moment to Moment, the Hermit reversed, and the Six of Swords reversed. These are the Spirit Awakening cards, Cracked Open, Deep Cellular Healing, and Wait. So if you are currently in a relationship, these cards indicate to me that you are in a deep amount of confusion or just toxicity and pain surrounding this relationship. Like you don't know what you're supposed to do or how to handle some of the confusion or just some of the utter chaos that's happening around you. This relationship has really brought you to a point where you're questioning your soul purpose and mission and if you truly belong in this relationship. And one of the things that I'm feeling is that the moment to moment is this relationship is kind of up and down. There's moments when it's good, there's moments when it's bad, but for the most part, it's just kind of like at this boring or dull state where it's not making you happy. It's not really making you miserable. At times it is, but overall it's just okay. This is indicating that you're in a comfort zone. That somewhere deep inside of you, you may know that this relationship is not for you, but yet you're just holding on because you don't know what's next, you don't know what's out there, and you're pretty comfortable with how you and your person get along, whether it's good or bad. So the Hermit card is representing that you're resisting change, even though the answers are within, and you know that change is necessary. There is too much pain and confusion that you're actually harboring that are preventing you from accomplishing the success or the happiness that you truly seek in other areas of your life. Like whatever damage this relationship has done, it's spilling over into other areas of your life. This could be affecting friendships, this could be affecting relationships, this could be affecting your career, how you're interacting with people, how you're responding, your patience level. this is affecting you across the board. But the Six of Swords being in reversed is representing to me that there is someone from the past. Now, this could be your past or this person's past, your person, who's creating some confusion or chaos. Now, this person might not actually be doing anything, but either you or your person is still thinking about someone from the past. And if you're not, then it's your person. And because of these thoughts or feelings from the past, there's almost like this nostalgic feeling of wanting to explore, wanting to make changes, wanting to get involved with someone new or do something new. There's all this creative energy, but over this creativity, there's a touch of negativity. So some of the creative energy may just be new beginnings, trying new things, doing new things. Now, you or your person may be feeling like this, and that may be what's kind of tearing you apart right this very moment. Is this really going to tear you apart? Not really, until one of you really make a decision. For right now, this is just a dream. This is just a fairy tale. Nothing has happened. Your person hasn't reached out. You haven't reached out. But there's this longing. There's this desire that's truly getting in the way of the whole experience that you're meant to have here. The Cracked Open card is representing that you have hit rock bottom emotionally. You're at the lowest or weakest point that you've ever been. The problem is that you're not even aware of it. You're just lacking enthusiasm, lacking focus, lacking the ability to pretty much just get through your daily life. So whatever energy you have, you're giving it toward what needs to be done, like maybe taking care of things or working, cleaning up. But you're actually at this point where things are opening, things are changing, and you have to be that spirit of change, that spirit of movement. And if you're not happy in this relationship, you have to get out. You have to make a change, because Cracked Open is representing that you need to surrender to the alchemy of life so that you can be on the path of destiny, what your soul's mission is, what your destiny is to achieve, create, or accomplish. Your soul has a mission and a purpose, and right now you're not living it. You're actually just dragging your feet or delaying yourself through this whole process. And I know that consciously you may not be aware of this, but spiritually you can feel the sadness, the confusion, the overwhelming thoughts, the overwhelming feelings that are plaguing you daily. And this is taking a toll on every area of your life, what you're doing, how you're feeling, how you're reacting. And this could be affecting you physically. When I feel the energy from pile 2 people, it just feels like there is trapped energy in the abdomen. And this could be with your digestive system or just how you're feeling, not being able to process the emotions and then maybe some of the food that you're eating. So the deep cellular healing is representing energy, physical and emotional healing, which is absolutely necessary. It is what your spirit needs the most right now, is to take a little time to actually focus on self-love, on healing, on awakening, opening up, speaking your truth, saying what you feel and not holding back your emotions and not feeling like this is the best it's going to get. Recognizing that there's more to life. There is an opening, there's an awakening that's taking place, and your spirit has been trying to bring this to your attention through your dreams, your instincts, your feelings, maybe even synchronicities, seeing numbers, patterns over and over to get your attention, to get you to wake up. You may be thinking that this relationship will change or that things will get better, or maybe you got to try harder or less. Whatever thought or feeling you've been having, you've already tried everything that you possibly can to get the full effect of this relationship, and you haven't. The Wait card, which is this one, is just representing that now is not the time for you to sit around and wait. You need to make this move. Your wait time is long overdue. This was something that you were supposed to do long ago. But at this very moment, you have to wait till you're stronger and you're confident in this decision. So maybe you stumbled upon this reading for a reason, because this was supposed to be your your clarification to kind of start putting your thoughts or feelings together. Now, just because this is not meant doesn't mean you have to act on it today. You want to take some time and you want to let this all resonate within your mind, your spirit, so that you can feel confident. Only when you're confident are you meant to make this move and kind of start moving forward to pick up the pieces of your life. So now for those of you who are single, it is a very similar reading. It's not a current person. It's someone from your past that you are still holding on to and hoping and wishing manifests back into your life, or someone that you've been reaching out to where you're just not getting the response and you're hurting yourself more and more every time you reach out. You've brought your spirit to such a weakened position that you no longer have trust or faith that the right person will enter your life, and that's not true. You are at a point where change is happening. There are good things all around both of you. My pile 2 people, my people that are in relationships and people that are single, there are great things that are happening. But you have to free yourself from whatever is negative or toxic. You have to go through this process to cleanse, to let go, to release old habits, old pattern, old relationships that are no longer serving a purpose, so that you can move forward with clarity. And once again, the Hermit card means that you're going too far out of your way, singles, to try and mend this relationship or make peace with this person. You've let too many things go that have suppressed your feelings, your emotions, or your truths. The 6 of Wands in the singles position would represent that you are hurting yourself. This is not coming from an outside source. It seems like your person is being honest or trying to tell you that they no longer feel or want this relationship. You may be disregarding their truth. So I know that this hurts, but I also know that there is great things that are coming forward. But first you have to take a moment to heal your mind, heal your spirit, and release all of that pain, release all these bad relationships and that confusion. And this is something you can do through meditation, through listening to healing frequencies, and awaken and uplift your frequency to allow your soul's mission and purpose to come to fruition. Stop being the wall or the block that's preventing you from achieving your goals. So the first card that we're going to focus on is good fortune. So what does good fortune mean? It is your affirmation card. And this is the affirmation for you from the universe. The universe provides me and my family with prospects for good fortune. Now, good fortune is obviously a financial perspective, but having money doesn't necessarily make you happy. This fortune could also represent a powerful or positive relationship that's entering your life. A good job, a great opportunity that's coming to you. Like fortune would represent a completion, a wholeness being mastered and coming into manifestation. So what you want to do is maybe write this down and use this as your affirmation to remind you that no matter what is going on currently in your life, that this is not a permanent situation, that things are going to change. This is a temporary situation where things are turning, things are changing, and there's good fortune, there's prospects, there's opportunities that are ahead of you. So the soul truth card is, what else could this mean? This is what your soul is trying to bring to fruition for you. And this card says, there are always multiple ways to look at every situation. Our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears and limiting beliefs. Look at the situation today by stepping outside of the trigger and ask, what else could this mean? So your spirit, your soul card is trying to bring you to an awareness, to look outside of your initial reaction. So you may be self-soothing yourself to think, things will get better, things will change, he'll come around. Whether you're in a relationship or single, you may be holding on to too much hope that things are going to change or that things will get better. And your soul's mission is asking you to look outside of whatever this thought or feeling is that you're having and try to figure out, what else could this mean? What if some of the signs that you saw, like, what has your spirit really been trying to bring to an awareness? Now, my pile 2 people may have been seeing signs through feathers, butterflies, feathers falling at your feet, or just noticing one on the sidewalk while you're walking by, or seeing pictures of feathers like this one right here. Butterflies are indicating that things are going to be okay, but first you have to be okay. So today's soul action is there something your soul is calling you to learn in this moment, or is there a pattern that is ready to be broken? Walk into other person's shoes and see it from their perspective. If it doesn't involve someone else, ask yourself, how is life happening for me right now? And if you don't like what you see, or you don't like what you're coming up with, I want you to write down, what are the things that you want to create? What are the things that you want to achieve? What is the way that you want to be loved? What does your dream relationship look like? What does your person, your future partner, feel like? How do they treat you? What are they saying? What do you want to hear? What does your soul need? Those are some of the things that I want you to focus on. And if you're feeling it right this very moment, type it in the comments down below so that we can work on it together. Feel free to type whatever comes to mind. So now the next card is a note from the universe, and this is a universal message that is for my pile 2 people. I just met with someone very fond of you. And maybe I need to put it down here because I'm shaking. I just met with someone very, very fond of you. Actually, everyone here is very fond of you. Anyway, this friend said to tell you that just because most people are looking for what they think they don't have, doesn't mean they don't have it. She also said, you still look fab in black. Weird, huh? I meant the first part, the universe. So this may be a message from someone who's passed on, or someone that you've been thinking about lately who's no longer with us, but this actual message is representing to you that you need to love yourself, you need to trust yourself. Everyone is fond of you, and these may be ancestors, these may be your spirit guides that are sitting and waiting to cheer you on, sitting and waiting to lead you, to guide you, to instruct you. But you also have to open up your mind's eye and allow clarity so that you can see the truth and not allow yourself to see through maybe a rose-colored lens, or just being way too patient and going with the flow, letting life happen to you. Now's the time to open up, wake up, and be abundant, because there is an awakening and there is change, but you need to be prepared in order to receive it. You actually have to position yourself to be open so that these streams of energy and enlightenment can actually find their way to you. Because if you're in a position where you're not actually supposed to be there, whether it is a job, a relationship, a person, if this is not part of your journey to be in that very moment, it's actually preventing you from growing and finding your way to your purpose, to your soul's mission. So I hope you enjoyed this session, and if you do have any questions about your reading, please leave a comment below and I will get back to you. On to pile 3. So this is pile 3. Let's get into your reading and see what's going on. Again, this reading is a relationship reading for singles or couples, people that are already in a relationship. It doesn't matter, but if you're single, just listen to the whole message because a lot of them are very similar. So the tarot that comes up first is the Guilt card, the King of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. So normally I start with relationships, people who are already in a relationship. I'm going to start with the singles in this one because the King of Swords is indicating that there is a strong, compassionate man who is about to enter your life. And the Ace of Wands is representing that you are in a place of peace. You've worked very hard to release all of the pain, all of the guilt, all of the emotions that were overwhelming you. You prioritized yourself and you got your life together. It seems like you've gotten your finances together. And if you haven't, you're kind of on the road. There's a lot of enthusiasm. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of movement forward. You can feel something powerful that's taking place within you. You might not know exactly what it is just yet, but there's something very powerful. There's something very magical that's taking place within. I feel like your person is tall. He's strong. It seems like I'm picking up that there may be muscle or muscular. He's got really strong physical attributes. I feel like this is a man with dark hair, light eyes, and he may have a golden skin tone, but it also might be a tan. But there's definitely a powerful love relationship that is coming forward. So now for those of you who are in a relationship, the King of Wands would indicate strength that's coming through in this relationship, whether it's new or old. It is going through a change of pace, or it's entering a new phase where growth and opportunity for you to grow as a couple together is actually forming. You've kind of plateaued at the last stage, but there are definitely awakenings that are coming together, and you're moving on, or you're moving forward from some sort of painful or traumatic event that you both had dealt with together. Whether this was an issue in the relationship or just something very difficult that you both had to achieve in your personal lives, it just seems like there's forward movement, there's changes, there's open doors, there's opportunities. And the Ace of Wands is just indicating a significant change. So if you're in a long-term relationship, this would also indicate that marriage is coming if you're not already married. If you're already married, it just seems like there's a renewal of energy or a renewal of faith, of falling in love again, a very strong connection, like the relationship is being rebuilt. I see purity, I see positive energy for singles and couples. It's just a massive amount of change that's happening. I see joy, I see peace, and I do feel like there's prosperity. A lot of this happiness or a lot of this joy may be from money that's coming in, that's going to release some of the stress or tension that you've been dealing with. And this also has to do with singles too. So even if you're not in a relationship, I just see a lot of movement forward. And it may be you being enthusiastic or excited or eager because of a new job or even money that's coming to you that'll give you the time or the energy that you need to just kind of relax and settle your mind and focus on yourself. So that's what the tarot is representing. These cards above are representing the golden children, which is inner child, tenderness, innocence, or a rare gift, which for both couples and singles would indicate a spiritual awakening, alignment, balance, spiritually and emotionally is happening. It's in the making, where the clarity that you were lacking before, there's this newfound confidence, there's this newfound strength, there's this newfound spirituality where you're serving your higher purpose, you're serving your higher good. And because of that, you're able to achieve whatever it is that you're focusing on. You're able to manifest your goals, manifest these visions. Things will be working out for you a lot easier than you would anticipate. So that's what the golden children means. The great serving is representing Mars energy. There was anger, there was conflict that is all transformed into this softening of energy or this love. You've mastered your emotions, you've mastered your feelings. Things are still going to upset you, things are still going to make you mad, but it seems like you've mastered how to control your reaction, which is in a relationship allowing the function of this relationship to grow. It's actually having your partner or your person fall more in love with you because of this strength, because of this patience, because of this kind of calm, serene energy that has entered the atmosphere. So it's renewing this love, it's renewing this bond, it's renewing this connection that is so pure and powerful to begin with. If you're single, it's just representing that you've told yourself spiritually that enough is enough. You are done being hurt. You are done being burdened. You are done being emotional about what people feel or what people say about you or how coworkers respond. You've made the decision that you're done with weakness. And because of that, there is a significant amount of growth that has already happened and that is still going to continue to happen. So with this growth, you're finding your confidence, you're finding your way, you're able to openly communicate what you want, what you need. You're allowing your yeses to be yes, your no's to be no's. You are a giver by nature, and giving has always been part of who you are. Because of this, you've somehow, both single and couples, have found themselves in positions where they've given more than they really could afford to give. And not financially, it could have just been of time, of energy, of focus, and sometimes money too. But you're in this place of confidence where you no longer want to serve situations that aren't for your highest good or for the greater good of the universe. You're learning to trust in your feelings, to react to your instincts, and you're actually feeling them. By feeling them and being aware of them, you're able to allow your internal navigation system to guide you to where exactly it is that you need to be. You're trusting in that process. And because of that, there's growth, there's development, and the changes that you seek to make are actually amazing opportunities that are unfolding. Things will just come together for you. Even if you have no idea what you're doing, you'll somehow manage to be guided or instructed by the universe or your ancestors, your spirit guides. So this last card is representing longing for home, homesick for the stars. It seems like you're in this place of awareness, and because of that awareness, you do feel so much energy that's surrounding you. There's so much peace, there's so much joy. There used to be a lack of energy, lack of emotion, lack of enthusiasm, lack of joy, lack of love, even if you're single or in a relationship. And right now, what this card is representing, and it's actually a beautiful card, it's representing this peace, this clarity that's coming into focus. It's you finding your way. It's you receiving great strength and great joy from the universe, from belonging. But it also represents, even though that this is a reading about relationships, this is representing that it is time for you to follow your heart, follow your dreams, especially when it comes to your career. Now's the time to take that chance, to allow yourself to take a risk, because you are going to be greatly rewarded. Maybe taking on a new job, a new position, or starting that business that you've been wanting to do, or something that you're passionate about. If you've been wanting to write a book, now's the time to write that book. Get your wheels spinning. Start focusing on what makes you happy, what brings you joy. What is your passion? That's what I want you to really focus on. And when you figure it out, don't study so much. Be in the moment and just jump in. Even if you have no idea what you're doing, trial and error is going to get you to exactly where you need to be. Jump in. It's okay to fail. So now we're going to focus on your affirmation, soul card, and message from the universe. So the card that came up for you, my pile 3 people, is respect. Respect is your affirmation card. And let's see what it says. It says, I can manifest love and respect when I love and respect myself. So this is exactly what you need to hear. And if you're seeing this, write this down and repeat it to yourself daily as many times as you can. I can manifest love and respect when I love and respect myself. This is your message from you, from your higher self, from your spirit, an affirmation that you need to love and respect yourself first. You need to listen to your feelings, your instincts, which, again, you're doing a great job because you've already manifested all of this change. But now that it's here, you have to hold on to it. You need to respect yourself enough to recognize what you want, what you don't want, and don't feel guilty. The guilt card, eliminating what no longer serves a purpose, letting go of friendships that are maybe negative or just toxic, not wanting to participate in the gossip or in the stuff that is lowering your energy or your vibration. So this is your soul truth. How can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? So this is If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. So this is your soul's truth telling you that you need to have compassion for yourself, and that's protecting your energy, protecting your focus, protecting your clarity, protecting your joy. Don't let others rob your joy or your peace. So you may have been seeing signs, and these signs could come to you in many different forms or in many different ways. There could be patterns that you're seeing. There could be numbers that you're seeing repeated, colors that you're seeing, or scents that you're noticing that you've never noticed before. Your soul is trying to get your attention to wake you up so that it can guide you, so that you are eliminating, now that you're feeling good, you need to get rid of every single negative situation that is maybe holding you back or part of your past that's no longer feeling like it belongs to you. So your soul's mission, or the action that you need to take today, is choose one self-care action and do it today. Either set stronger boundaries, meditate and listen to your heart, speak to yourself with compassion, focus on your strength, say no to something that isn't a soul yes, say yes to something that you're afraid of, let go of what you cannot control, stay away from drama and negativity, ask for help and allow it, and write down 3 things that you are grateful for. You can do all of these, you can pick one, you can write them all down and do one a day to help set that affirmation so that you can bring your soul to clarity and to wisdom. But if something did come to your mind that you're feeling right this very moment about what soul action you can take, or what you need to change, or what you're actually feeling, please comment down below. I'd love to hear your response, and I will absolutely respond back to you. So a note from the universe is a message for you from the universe. It is not the unseen that's fiction, but the seen. And you know how fiction goes. You get to make stuff up, the universe, which incidentally you do rather well. This card is actually representing to you to use your imagination, to get outside of your comfort zone when trying to manifest or think about what your vision is. What are you trying to do? What do you want to change? What do you want to eliminate? Take this joy, take this enthusiasm that you're actually feeling and put it to good use. Don't let your vision or your goals be realistic. Think outside of the box. Go for that risk, because you will be rewarded. There's great success, there's great energy that's actually coming in and trying to lead you blissfully toward what you want and what you need. It's coming through. Trust in the process, but dream bigger. Make stuff up. Do not be realistic in your visions or your affirmations, or even your journaling. Journal, what does the future you look like? What are you telling? What is your future self telling your current self? How good is your life 5 years from now? How much money do you have? And don't go realistic. Go for millions, billions, trillions. Maybe you're going to open up the next Amazon. I don't know. But now is the time for you to reach out, dig in, and allow your higher self, your spirit, to completely transform you, and not only allow you to feel better, but actually to see and follow through with what your soul's mission and your life's purpose is. If you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you have any questions about this, please comment below. I will respond to every single comment. Love and light. Hello everyone, this is pile 4. So if you're my pile 4 people, here is your reading. So in this reading, we will cover and kind of flip back and forth from couples to singles. So if you're in a relationship, there's something for you. If you're single, there's something for you. But collectively, the reading is for both. And I'll narrow down the differences. So let's see what your cards are. Jump in, fall into my arms, and forge, don't follow. And the tarot is Innocence, 10 of Pentacles reversed, and the Ace of Swords upright. So your affirmation card is flexibility, And your soul truth is what boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships. And then we have a special note from the universe, but we'll get to those later. So what we're going to start with is the tarot. So the Innocence card, being in the reversed position, is representing whether you're single or in a relationship. It's representing that you're very disconnected right now, spiritually and emotionally. And because of this, you're finding yourself constantly in a position where you're having to validate yourself even when you're not doing anything wrong, or you're trying to prove yourself to a situation or a person or feelings that no longer exist. The Ten of Pentacles is representing that there is a situation in your life, whether you're in a relationship or single, where you're self-sabotaging. You're allowing yourself to go through a lot of emotions that are really hurting you and really weakening your mind, your heart, and your soul. And if you're not currently going through this could indicate in the recent past that you were. So you may have just gotten out of a relationship if you're single, which caused you a lot of pain, and you're still dealing with that toxicity or that emotional trauma that it caused you, and it's really held you back in a sense, energetically. If you're in a relationship, the Ten of Pentacles is representing your self-sabotaging. You're not necessarily saying what you feel, you're not doing what you feel, you're feeling held back or limited in this relationship where you feel like you're not growing, or the relationship has just come to a stalemate, and it's causing a lot of emotional or mental obstacles or issues, and this is carrying over to how you're dealing with life collectively as a whole. You're responding to things, you're there, you're showing up, but it is a very empty version of yourself. And the Ace of Swords is representing that now's the time for you to reclaim your strength. You have more strength and control than you recognize, and this is if you're a couple or single. There's so much strength that's within you, and you need to call upon that. You need to remember who you are. Somewhere over the process for both parties, single and in a relationship, somewhere over the course of the last 10 to 15 months, you've reinvented yourself or changed so many things or situations in your life that you've forgotten who you are. You've forgotten your core. You've forgotten your basis. You forgot your goal, what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to accomplish, what you're actually trying to do. And because of that, you're feeling a little lost. If you're a couple, you may be associating some of this pain or some of this these obstacles or illusions with your partner, with your person, and because of that, it is straining the relationship. Now, what I do feel is that if you are still in a relationship, it is where you belong for the time being, but this is not your forever relationship. This is a process of coming to terms with yourself, allowing yourself spiritually to open up or to awaken to what's actually taking place. You were meant to be in this relationship because there was something you needed to learn, there was something you needed to experience that actually helped you grow. And this is the same even if you're single right now but was recently in a relationship. That relationship had to happen. Whatever pain you're experiencing now, single or in a relationship, that pain had to exist. That pain is preparing you for where you're going. And not that pain is good. I mean, no one likes to feel it. Nobody enjoys it. But you're being forged. You're being recreated. And through this pain, you're actually finding your place. You're finding your center. The pain, the anger, or the confusion is causing you to challenge yourself. It's causing you to go into depths within your spirit that you've never, ever gone to before. So because of that, there may be a lot of newfound feelings, a lot of newfound emotions that are actually making you feel weaker. Because they're new, because they're undiscovered, because it's this new awareness and you're uncomfortable with it. And that's okay. Allow yourself to be comfortable, to feel everything that you need to feel, to experience whatever it is that you're going through. Be open. Don't Don't be guarded through this process, because what's actually happening is you're re-emerging. You're learning a new way of life. You're learning a new way to think. You're learning a new way to see. And because of that, opportunities will open up. You are getting a new set of eyes, but it's not just the eyes that you see with. It's your spiritual eye. It's your third eye. Your third eye is going to give you the clarity, the focus, and the instincts that you need, or this cat-like reflex to actually awaken and go after your dreams, go after what you need, what you want, and give you the vision to actually create it, to set the goal, to stick to it, and to focus on the life that you want to be living. So the jump in card is representing energy, adventure, say yes to change. Do not limit yourself to old patterns, old habits, or old belief systems. You are being reinvented. You're changing. Every part of you is being eliminated. Your spirit is trying to purge what is no longer part of your spiritual being. And because of that, you need to welcome and change. You need to say yes to situations that you might have recently said no to. Awaken and open yourself up to the opportunities, because through this, you're going to find your way. You're going to find your passion, and you're going to find your calling. And whether you are in a relationship or single, you are going to find your person through this. So even if you're in a relationship right now, like I said, this is not your forever relationship, but it's actually a stepping stone. You will experience the growth that you need in this relationship, and once you awaken to that, the depth of your souls or the mysteries that's happening within your spirit, you will actually grow into a divine being with confidence, self-worth, and knowing exactly what you want to feel, and what you need to experience in a loving relationship. To my singles, you're already going through this process. You're already awakened. You're growing, but now it is still time for you to say yes to new opportunities, to adventures, to places that you normally would say no to, even trying new food, visiting new places, making new friends. Because through this, there's going to be new developments, and you're learning who you are through this process. Fall into my arms is representing you surrendering to the harmony or the peace that exists within. Even if you're surrounded by chaos right now, even if you feel like you don't know where you're going, and you don't know what you want, you don't know what changes need to be made, your spirit is trying to bring to your attention that you just need to be relaxed and be in the moment. The answers you seek are coming to you. They're within. But your spirit needs to be calm to actually get to those answers. And it'll all come to you. Life is unfolding. Things are happening, but you need to surrender. You need to release control. It's so important in this very moment that you're in, that you release control, that you surrender. Singles and relationship people. The forge don't follow is representing a new path has been paved for you, but you need to be the leader. You need to be the leader or the guardian of yourself that you wish you had. The protection maybe that you want from your relationship, that security, the knowing or the confidence that you want your person to have, you need to be that for yourself. If there's something that you want, if there's something that you need, say it, and say it loud, say it strong. Even if you're unsure, just say it like you know. Follow your energy. Your energy and your spirit is leading the way, because there is a new path, and there are amazing transformations that are taking place, but you have to surrender. It is crucial for both my people, singles and couples. Surrender to life right now, this very moment. Just take a deep breath in, let it out, and relax. Say to yourself, I am going to let the universe, my spirit guides, my angels, my higher self, lead me and guide me with the clarity that I need, because I cannot do this on my own. You are too weak right now. You might be too confused. You might not be seeing the light. Even though you're having all of these newfound emotions, these emotions have brought you to a weakened state. But this wasn't to hurt you or to break you down. This was actually to strengthen you, to give you this new vision, to give you this clarity, so that you can seek out the light. Trust in that process, even if you don't know what that means. Surrender to your higher self. Surrender to your spiritual being, because there is a new path, a new course of action that's coming together that you haven't even seen yet. You might not even feel it, but you can feel like something is changing. You can feel this transformation that's happening. And when I look at the energy of these cards, I see angel wings. So there's a strong force that's behind you. And this force is like, if you can imagine, like thousands of people that stand behind you. You're not alone. Even though you might be feeling alone, you're not alone. There's comfort, there's protection, and there is love that's coming to you from many different lifetimes prior to this. So trust in the process and allow your spirit to naturally awaken. Fall in love with learning life again, because you're actually unlearning past habits, patterns, or ways that were just hurting you. You may have held on to these ways or these habits as a method to protect yourself. You may have had bad relationships before this one, and you may be settling in this relationship right now, feeling like you're not ready to search, you're not ready to get out there, and that's fine. Trust in that. If you're still in a relationship and you're not feeling like you're ready to move on, don't. Wait till this all comes together. Wait till you're in a stronger position to actually speak your truth and to react on it. If you're single and you were not recently in a relationship, you're ready. You're ready to awaken to this journey. You need to raise your vibe and allow yourself to learn who you are, what you want, and just jump into the adventure and say yes. Maybe there's someone who's been wanting to go on a date with you where you haven't really been paying attention to them, or maybe you're not attracted. Just go on the date, because something magical might happen. It might not be magical with that person, but you may have that epiphany or that awakening that you need to actually figure it out. So don't just disregard. Be open. Be open to opportunity. Be open to change. So if you are single, there is definitely something coming together, but you have to awaken your energy. You need to let all of this just come together the way that it's supposed to. So if you are in a relationship and you feel like you're ready to let go of your relationship because it's no longer serving a purpose, do so when the time is right. But the relationship that you're in, this is not your forever relationship. You actually will be meeting your soulmate or your twin flame. It seems like these are either to the people in a relationship who have awakened knowing that this relationship is not what they want and maybe just needed the confirmation to hear it. Within 9 months, you're actually going to be meeting your person. To my singles, you're right there. This could be sooner versus later. Go on a couple of dates, because there's something that you need to hear from a very unexpected source that is truly going to allow alignment and agreement within your spirit. So it might be what they tell you. It might be how they treat you. Maybe the person you're not attracted to is going to treat you with respect or love, which is going to awaken you to how you want to be treated. And maybe that's somehow that maybe that's a way you've never been treated before, and you need to awaken to understand that that's real. It's something that you can search for. So just awaken, open yourself up to the adventure, and say yes. So let's get to your affirmation cards. The affirmation card for my pile fours is flexibility. So your affirmation is, I am flexible and adaptable to change while I pursue my ambitions. So that's exactly what I was talking about before. Be open, be flexible, because even though you're pursuing yourself, even though your spirit and your soul is on a mission of awakening you, that doesn't mean that you need to stand still. That means that you need to be pursuing your ambition. You need to be pursuing your dreams so that you can receive the clarity, the confidence, and the knowing of what you want, where you're going, what you're trying to do, how you're going to succeed. Get excited about these things. Write down your affirmation. I am flexible and adaptable to change while I pursue my ambitions. Repeat this to yourself daily, or a couple of times a day, to remind yourself to be open, to be flexible, adaptable to change. Your soul truth card is, what boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships? So your soul truth is to create a more healthy boundary, we must first get in tune with our own needs, our own desires and feelings, and believe we are worthy of them. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where they begin. So this is important for you to know. You need to identify your truth in order to really come up with a creative plan that's going to make sense for your life. So today's soul action is, when we separate our energy from others, we gain clarity about what we really want. When we stop doing things that no longer align with ourselves, if you are an empath, you can still be compassionate toward others without taking on their stuff. It is safe to trust that you are not here to fix anyone. Today's mantra: I have everything I need within me now, and so do they. I am worthy of my needs, and I set boundaries based on what's best for me. This is a very powerful card. So what your spirit is trying to tell you, or the message from your soul, is you need to separate your energy from others. So if you're in even a friendship, again, and this has kind of been a message in a couple of the readings, if you are in a friendship, a relationship, or you're just spending a lot of time with someone who's maybe sucking your energy, or just negative, or just toxic, or constantly purging, constantly complaining, now's the time to sever those connections. Let go of what's no longer serving a purpose, and don't feel bad, because you need to protect your energy in order for you to give the advice, in order for you to be the light that you normally are to other people. You need to fill yourself up first. And this is something that's very important. So remember, I have everything I need within me now, and so do they. I am worthy of my needs. I set boundaries based on what's best for me. So maybe it's coming back to my couples, that the ones who have awakened and recognized that this relationship is no longer serving its purpose. Maybe you need to set those boundaries and not feel bad because it's not a terrible relationship, but yet you recognize that the relationship is over, and you need to trust in that. For the singles, I would feel like this relationship this soul's mission is for friendships, people that you're spending a lot of time with that are maybe negative or giving you advice that's really holding you back. And that's probably the same for my people that are in relationships. Who are you listening to? Who are you spending time with? Who is actually influencing you and your decisions? And that's a very important focus. That's a very important clarity. You want to take advice from people that you feel are in successful relationships, in successful careers, or who have their life together, where things are actually moving, or you admire their lifestyle, you admire their personality, you admire their characteristics. You want to model yourself around people that you admire because you're drawn to them for a reason. When you see things that you admire in other people, it's actually awakening you to what you feel you need in your life. So if you're surrounded by it, you'll grow in it, and you'll grow comfortable and build that confidence and that strength. So a note from the universe. This is a message from the universe for you. The speed with which any dream may be realized is always a function of how small the miracles have to be in order not to freak out the dreamer. The universe. It's odd, though, given that there are only miracles, that some are more accepted than others. So this is referencing to you. Don't be afraid of how big your dreams are. Your ambition, your peace, your clarity, it's all already ordained for you. Your destiny has already been mapped out. You just have to awaken all of the senses within your mind, within your heart, and within your spirit to allow your higher self to serve you in the way that it should, by allowing it to be your internal navigation and kind of giving up or taking a back seat to what's happening. Let it soak in. Allow yourself to recognize all these changes are happening around me, and I'm okay with it. I might not understand everything that's happening, but I'm okay. And it comes back to I have everything I need within me, and so do they. And the flexibility. I am flexible and adaptable to change while I pursue my ambition. Now is not the time for you to stop fighting for your dreams or your goals. You can continue to do that, but also be flexible in the moment. Don't let your mood switch by how the wind is blowing. Trust in your process and respond to what you need. If there is something in your life that's happening right now that you don't like, or that you don't enjoy, or that's really frustrating you, separate yourself from it. Just stop. Take a break. It's not going to go anywhere. You can deal with it at a later date, but for right now, you need to rejuvenate your mind, your heart, and your thoughts. Love and light to everyone who watched this. I hope you enjoyed it. And for those of you, my pile 4 people, if you had any thoughts, any ideas, or any intuition that came to you while I was reading the affirmation cards, your reading, or your soul truth, please type it down below. I'd love to hear from you. Or if you had any questions about your reading, like a meaning or a definition, please ask below in the questions. I will respond to every single question that I get. I hope you enjoyed the session. Please like and subscribe. Many blessings to each and every one of you, and I hope that you'll be back next week for another reading. Follow me on Instagram at sono_psychic, or subscribe to me here on YouTube or TikTok.